End of London, a lot of land has been used in the production of manufacturing, industries, all sorts of chemical processes have been taking place on this sort of land, and you don't actually know whether it's fit or safe to actually produce anything. So our aim is to bring the experts together, not only from the council and the local authorities, but also the government laboratories, to actually test the land to see whether it's suitable, whether it's safe, whether it needs to be cleaned up, or whether it needs to be decontaminated. But the ordinary people just don't have those resources to do it. So the association will be there as an added resource, a covering organisation that is there for all to answer these sorts of questions, make use of the land, and actually get people involved in how this land is being used by the community for the community.
As you see around here today, you're all convinced about what we should be doing with this East London Society and how it should be going further forward. It will be a big thing. It will be a big thing. There's no coordinating authority or situation within London itself which has in its vision gardens. Where do you go if your spade is broken? Where do you go for a particular rose? Where do you go for a particular potato? Where do you go for a particular growing for a garden for yourself, whether it be a pot plant, whether it be a window box, whether it be an estate? Where do you go? You through the whole of the internet to try and decide on what you yourselves should do. The East London Garden Society is a one-stop shop for all of this.
We ought to take our environment seriously. We want to promote flora and fauna in the East End. We want to bring communities together. So this is very easy for me to say. I'm very supportive of it, and it's good to see a number of people who've come out to find out more and to say that they want to get involved and want to be supportive as well. Geoffrey knows that I'll do what I can to make sure that this dream, which he's had for some time, is realised. The fact that there are quite a good number of people here indicates the support that it has amongst community groups. And I don't think anybody, when they hear what the objectives are, would be opposed to it. It's just win-win-win for everybody. So I'm just here, like you are, to find out a bit more and to say that I'm interested to do what I can to help in the weeks and months ahead, and to try and make sure that this actually comes to fruition. So very pleased to be here. Nice to see so many people here as well. And if I can do anything for individual constituents, I'm always very happy to do that. I do my own tours of the Houses of Parliament for constituents. If anybody's interested, then just drop me an email and we'll give you the dates ahead, and be very pleased to see you at Westminster to explain the 900 years of royal, cultural, legal and political history, as well as the architecture of the building.
I work for an organisation called Growing Greenwich. Growing Greenwich, the clues in the name, works in the borough of Greenwich. We work right across the borough. We work with all the residents in Greenwich. That's our aim, is to work with all the residents in Greenwich to give them the skills, the training, the ability and the confidence to grow their own food, their vegetables, their fruit and herbs, whether it's in their own gardens, whether it's on their balconies, whether it's on a community garden, or in just a little raised bed in front of your house. So there's plenty of opportunities to grow vegetables and fruits, and our aim is to help the residents of Greenwich to do that.
And this is, in the 18th century, you have the Danish church and the Swedish church in the middle of Princess at the well-closed square. And you can see that there are buildings, walls, if you like, protecting gardens, orchards. And this is probably towards the end of the 19th century. And you can see that quite a lot of the gardens have gone, but the two squares are still there. This is in 1985, the square is just here. And the red always shows the square in these drawings and plans and photos. And in 1985, the school was built. The school was originally planned to be an open space over here, but it was then put here due to people objecting to it being located there. And unfortunately, a little bit of the square was sort of lost. The square had been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, and then it suddenly became a flower bed in a school. And you can see where it's been chopped off, the square there. This is the south side of the square.
And then these are huckleberry, eggless huckleberry muffins. If anyone wants to try, you can, but please don't assume it for health and safety because they don't work in a hotel. But huckleberries are related to aubergines, potatoes, tomatoes, deadly nightshade, same family, Solanaceae. But they're not taken away from any part of the garden because where they're growing is in stuff. Nothing else will grow there. So if you don't want a lovely garden, just want a garden where stuff grows, these things just pop up. Once you've planted them, they just come back year after year after year, and you get little clusters of berries, and they're not actually taken away from any other thing. You'll grow tomatoes there, you'll grow beans there, they just grow just around the garden really. All these plants grow very, very easily. They grow like weeds, and anyone can garden. So,
having more greenery around, and we went and saw some of the Bangladeshi community gardens in some of the council estates earlier on this afternoon, where just ordinary tarmac land is being turned into green, which is lovely to look at. But they're also growing beans and tomatoes and things as well. And of course, as we know, food prices are going up through the roof, and this is a real opportunity not only to grow your own vegetables in order to save money, but of course they're much fresher than anything that you would buy in the supermarket, and much better for you. But the other important thing is it brings people together. On these council estates, these raised beds are actually for everybody. So everybody is sort of, some people are planting them, a little old lady comes down who waters them every day, and it's something that brings different people from different communities together. It brings the old people and the younger people together in a shared enterprise. So you can see all sorts of benefits for this sort of activity.